Hello friends, today we'll try and understand the statements of the second law of thermodynamics so that things are crystal clear and you need not mug them up. So before going to the second law of thermodynamics, we will first try and understand what is a thermal energy reservoir. The thermal energy reservoirs are of two types, one is known as source, another one is known as sink. Source is something which supplies large amount of thermal energy without undergoing any temperature change, and sink is something which absorbs large amount of thermal energy without any temperature change. So the difference is the source supplies the large amount of thermal energy and sink absorbs. Let us assume this is some source which is at temperature T1 and you are taking out some thermal energy from it. So this reservoir will be known as the source if this T1 remains constant. Doesn't matter how much thermal energy you are taking out of it, T1 does not vary. So if this is the case, so this is known as source. And if you have another source, another reservoir at temperature T2 and you are dumping large amount of thermal energy in it, and this source is such large, this reservoir is such big that again this temperature does not varies, so this remains constant. So if such is the case, this is known as sink. So you are dumping a large amount of thermal energy in it and the temperature, but still the temperature is not varying. If it is T2, it remains to be T2, and such a reservoir is known as sink. And if the reservoir is known as source, if you are taking out thermal energy from it and the temperature is not changing. An example of sink could be our environment. For example, you burn some woods here and there, and this won't change the temperature of your city, or the environment temperature will not change as a whole. So you can think that our environment is a very good example of sink. Now coming to the Kelvin-Planck statements. So Kelvin and Planck, they basically gave two different statements which are combined together and in one statement, and which is known as Kelvin-Planck statements. So Kelvin-Planck says it is impossible to construct a device which operating in a cycle. Now operating in a cycle is a very important word here. So a device which is operating in a cycle cannot produce work continuously by exchanging heat with a single energy reservoir. What does this means is that if you have a device which is connected only with one energy reservoir, let us say at temperature T1. So if you are absorbing Q1, so let us say if this is an engine, it will change whole Q1 into work done. So Kelvin-Planck says this is not possible. What does it means? That if you have a device, let us say if you have a device E and it is connected to a one source, there must be another source also. So it can't work in with one source, there must be another source. So if there is, it is absorbing some amount of heat Q1, it must also be dumping some amount of heat Q2 to sink, and then it can produce continuous work. Otherwise it cannot produce. If there is, the sink is absent, then it cannot produce work continuously. So what does this statement means is that Q1 cannot be equal to W. That means all the heat which is being absorbed cannot be converted into work done. Hence you cannot have an engine which has 100% efficiency. This is not possible. Engine with 100% efficiency is not possible. So there must be another reservoir. So if this engine is connected with two reservoirs, one is source and one is sink, so it is absorbing a large amount of heat Q1 from source, so it must also be dumping some heat to sink. Then it can work in the cycle and produce continuous work. So in that case, work done will be equal to Q1 minus Q2, and efficiency will be less than 100%. So this is what Kelvin-Planck statement means, please note down operating in a cycle is very important, because we are talking about engine which is working continuously, operating in a cycle. So, I hope this statement is clear to you. Now, coming to the second statement, which is Clausius statement. Clausius says that it is impossible to construct a device which, again operating in a cycle, transfers heat from lower temperature to higher temperature without any external aid. What this means is that if you have a device, let us call this device R, it cannot simply transfer heat from lower temperature to higher temperature without any external aid. So, it cannot simply supply the same Q1 to from lower temperature to higher temperature without any external aid. It needs some external aid. That means there must be some external energy requirement, some work requirement is there. Now, this is possible. Now, this is possible. That means Q2 is equal to Q1 plus W. But here in this case Q2 was equal to Q1, so W was missing. So, this is not possible. This is not possible. This is possible, and this is what refrigerator does. What does refrigerator do? We put in some hot vegetables and something, and it absorbs heat from that vegetable or whatever stuff you have kept in the refrigerator and dumps it into the environment. But it requires some external aid which we are providing in the form of electricity. So, if you switch off the refrigerator, it will stop working. So, this is the statement of Clausius, and this is the basis of the refrigerator. So, I hope these statements, both the statements, are clear to you. If there is any doubt, please feel free to comment, and I will try to make sure that I clear your doubt in our next video. Thank you.